I will still support Trump because he's cool. Yeah, you're a cult member. Perfect. Over there on YouTube, everything is good. And then over here, Jesus, wrong place.
Hey.
Hello.
I'm so sad I don't have Legos to do now, but I'm getting a bedazzle kit this weekend so I can bedazzle things while I debate.
A what?
A bedazzle kit.
I have no idea what that is.
I'll show you after live.
Give me one.
Can I let Drew up?
Sure. Yo, what's up? D-Sport Trump. Hold on. How's it going? D-Sport Trump?
Yeah.
Why is that?
He's a great guy, you know.
Oh.
Why? What's the argument?
Why do you think he's not a great guy?
It would be easier if you tell me why you think he's a bad person or a good person.
He makes our world more safe.
I mean, I think him as a rapist, I think he makes the world less safe because he sexually exploits and rapes.
Okay, but you think it's safe for Biden to let in all these illegals and that rape and kill and all these people?
Yeah, let them in. They're not the issue. They're not the issue.
Oh, so raping and killing these little girls and stuff is not an issue in this country?
No, well, it is. That is an issue. Undocumented immigrants are multiple times less likely to commit any sort of violent crime or bad crime. So assuming that you're naturally born in the U.S., they're more likely to commit violent crimes or bad crimes. I say that we should put the ones who do commit any violent crimes or bad crimes in prisons here in America, but I can concede with Republicans and say that we should deport them. But if you want to reference the one that haven't committed any violent crimes or bad crimes, let them in. They're not the issue. The issue is the president of the United States raping a woman and sexually exploiting little girls and women. That's the issue.
Is there proof from that?
Yes, he the jury verdict form, and then him for the rape case, and then his admission of guilt for sexually exploiting naked women and children.
Why do you think this is true? Just because you saw it online?
No, because there's a jury verdict form. This comes from a court of law in America, and then his admission of guilt from his own words. He admitted to sexually exploiting women and girls.
But don't you think if this was true, then they'd have him out of office?
No, because you guys are a cult, and you guys would vote for him either way.
You guys.
Yes,
really?
You MAGA. You guys are a cult. You guys voted for him. Should there be restrictions on people who run for office? Yeah, I don't think rapists should run for office. Absolutely. But unfortunately, there's no restrictions like that. So he still was eligible to run, and he still won because you guys voted him in.
And if I say you guys, does that mean, like, can I consider you as a terrorist because you look like one?
I look like a terrorist. What does a terrorist look like?
You look like a fucking thug.
Okay, so are you white? Question: Are you white?
Yeah, I'm white.
Yeah, so you're white fragility. You have a little ego.
Yeah, and you have one hell of an ego.
You're scared, right?
Why the hell would I be scared? You're fucking.
Because you're scared that white people are gonna endure the same thing that white people made people of color go through, as well as every other minority, right? I mean, you guys enslaved black people. You guys restricted or men in power restricted women's rights, LGBTQ's rights, etc. So you're just afraid that when white people become the minority, the same thing that you guys did to minorities, they're going to do to you. But that's not what we want. We don't want revenge. We just want equality. But that's why you're scared. That's why you have a little ego, and that's why you choose to be racist, right?
You guys don't want revenge, but I mean, equality? You LGBTQ people are starting riots and all this dumb shit.
Community, but it doesn't matter if I was or wasn't. You're just a white little fragile boy.
I'm a white little fragile boy.
Yes, you are.
Drop the Yaddy.
You like you're gonna do? Yeah, where are you at? You that just proves that you're a white fragile little boy. What are we doing?
Shut up, you stupid fuck.
That's all you got, buddy.
Someone has big feelings.
Where you at?
White man has big feelings.
Hey, turn your camera on, AE.
No, there's my face on my page. I'm laying in bed, but you can go to my page.
You stupid whore.
Okay. Yeah, really big feelings there, huh?
White fragile little boys. What am I telling you? You know what's up, D-Sport Trump?
Yeah.
Why?
I support his foreign policy, his domestic policy, everything.
Yeah, what foreign policy do you support of his?
In Iran, so
Okay,
that's
why do you
one
support?
thing. I like the strength. I like the power.
Why do you support what's going on in Iran?
Sorry?
Why do you support what's going on in Iran?
Why do I support it? It's very simple. There are the instability of the Middle East. They are the largest state sponsor of terror around the world. And if I think that the world will be a much better place if there's a normal regime in power over there. Plain and simple. It can't disagree with that.
I do disagree with that. You know the only two times that American interventionism worked, the only two times in the history of the world that regime change worked was two times. Do you know those two times?
Enlighten me.
The only two times in the history of the world that regime change worked, it permanently worked, was in Germany and Japan during World War II, where we killed millions of citizens. That is the only time in history of the world. So according to history, in order for us to actually complete a regime change and for it to be permanent, we would have to kill millions of Iranian citizens. Okay,
so the Iranian citizens support what we're doing, unlike any other.
The point is, we've tried to do an Iranian regime change in 1953. It led to decades of civil war within Iran, and it led to the people in power that are in power today.
So what's your solution? If you have a regime that wants to achieve nuclear weapons and wants to offensively use them, what is your suggestion? You just let them be and deal with them when it's time?
Well, the reason for the war wasn't nuclear weapons.
Then what was it?
I mean, I know it wasn't for nuclear weapons, and it's not a regime change.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that?
I think it's for Israel.
Both can be true, right?
Israel. No, none of those are true. No. So the reason why
Iran doesn't want nuclear weapons.
The reason why regime change isn't true is because Pete Hegseth said this is not a regime change war, and the reason why nuclear capabilities isn't a thing or isn't a reason for the war is because in 2025 Operation Midnight Hammer was launched, where we quote unquote, according to Donald Trump, completely obliterated their nuclear capabilities. So that means either A, we didn't completely obliterate Iran's nuclear capabilities in 2025, and Donald Trump has been lying ever since, or B, we did, and that's out of the picture, which is why those two reasons aren't available. So then you have to think to yourself, why are we in this war if not for nuclear?
But do you think that let's focus on part A. Let's say Iran have nuclear ambitions and we did Operation Midnight Hammer and we quote unquote damaged enough facilities to slow them down. Do you think at some point they would pick back up?
Well, we quote unquote completely obliterated their nuclear capabilities.
Okay, sure, whatever. Okay, whatever. You're too focused on the words. At the end of the day, this is a country that wants to achieve nuclear ambition. Yes or no? Be truthful. Do you think that they want nukes?
Sure. I mean, for mutually assured destruction.
It's not for mutually assured destruction when they've blatantly told the world that they want to use it offensively and not defensively. That's the sole reason why Pakistan has nuclear weapons and Iran will never have it.
Well, if they had these ambitions for nuclear weapons, why did they join the JCPOA where we had 24/7 oversight over their nuclear capabilities?
And how many times were investigators allowed to go into Iran and check their enrichment? How many times?
Multiple times, actually.
No. Show me the numbers, and I'll promise you'll realize that they didn't.
The point is here. You can't.
Why do they have facilities in a mountain and underground? Why?
The point is here. During the JCPOA and the time that it was enacted, there was no single report that deemed that Iran had violated the agreement. The only people who violated the agreement was Donald Trump and the United States of America, who took us.
When's the last time there was an investigation in their nuclear enrichment?
I'm not aware. It was during the time of the JCPOA. So between that time period,
it was years ago. Yeah. It was years ago.
Yeah.
And all of those JCPOA investigators were never allowed into their Natanz facility and their facilities underground. Yeah, they were only allowed to go to the facility where they quote unquote claim that they are using only nuclear weapon for civilian use and power of energy.
So then what's the evidence what's the evidence that during the JCPOA they were producing nuclear weapons? What's the evidence?
Why do they have a nuclear facility underground and in the mountain?
That's not evidence.
No, well, why do you think? Let's just use common logic. Why do you think? If every other country that supposedly uses nuclear energy for energy, like Pakistan, who has a nuclear weapon, it's out in the open, it's perfectly available. Anyone who has a satellite can see what they're doing. Why aren't they hiding what they want? And why is Iran choosing to hide it underground in a mountain? If you think that those people don't want a nuclear weapon, you're living on another planet. Okay, so that means that they're going to go.
But the thing is, there's no evidence.
That's fair.
The thing is that there's no evidence to present that during the JCPOA agreement, they actually were they were building nuclear weapons or nuclear bombs. There's no evidence to present that. Meaning,
okay, do they have ballistic missiles that are capable of carrying a nuclear warhead?
Do they have ballistic missiles that are capable of what was the question?
Of carrying a nuclear warhead.
I'm not sure.
They do. They just don't have the nuclear warhead. So they already have the mode of transportation, which is a ballistic missile, which is what you use. It's ICBM. Okay. They have that, and they use it every single day during this war, during this strike, and everything in the past.
Missiles, sure, they have ballistic.
Yeah, they have ballistic missiles. Okay. So why do you think? Okay, so during these negotiations that we had prior to this incident, the United States offered 20 years of free civilian enriched uranium for their energy facility for free for 20 years, and they rejected it.
Yeah, was this after? Was it what year was this?
This was before. This was right before. This was when, like literally 3 months ago, when they were meeting on a day-to-day basis.
The reason why they rejected that is because they know that America wasn't going to was going to violate their agreement, just as Donald Trump did or America did in 2017 when they took us out of the JCPOA, which was a violation of the agreement. Okay, that's the reason.
Do you know what the NTO is? Because Donald Trump fucked us over. No, brother, yes. No. Why are you? Let me ask you this: why are you so naive? Why? See, like, it's one thing to hate Trump, and that's fine. You can just be like, you know what? I don't like Trump. I disagree with him. That's fine. But to go out and support a regime that comes out regime and tells you, "I want death to America,"
do you know what death to America means? Do you know where that originates from?
Enlighten me. Where does it originate from?
It originates from the American coup in 1953, which led to the death of their supreme leader and decades of civil war. And then in 1978, that's where the slogan came from: "Death to America," or as some say it, "Death to the American government." And they don't mean literally death to the American government or death to America. They mean like.
So why have they contributed to 1,000 deaths of U.S. troops outside of Iran?
Because there's still a state sponsor of terror. My point is the Iranian.
So there's state sponsor of terror. We agree with that. Yes,
I never disagreed with that. But the point is,
okay. Why are you against us taking out a regime that sponsors terrorism? Why?
Because
why would you be against it?
American interventionism and American regime change has never worked except for a handful.
So what's your solution? Okay, use that logic.
Just how you're good at
that's fine.
For a handful of times in history where we had to kill millions of civilians, like Germany and Japan, and many and a couple other examples, but very few. But in this instance, we had to.
How's Germany doing today? How's Germany?
That's the point. That's when.
How's Japan doing today?
Because we killed millions of civilians and forced them into submission. That's why it worked.
Okay. First of all, we were at war with Japan after they bombed us during Pearl Harbor. That was wartime. And Germany, it was the same thing. We didn't just wall up in there and drop some bombs just for the hell of it, right? We were in war. So it's different.
But we were also attempting to change the regime as well.
We did, however,
exactly. And the only reason why it worked is because we killed millions of civilians.
No,
that's what history shows.
Are different. Yeah, but circumstances are different in Iran because Iranian people are not against it. They're not the ones that
people from Iraq weren't against it either. People from Iraq weren't against it in 2000.
Are you kidding me? Of course they were.
No, they weren't.
They held up Saddam Hussein like it was their life savior.
So are you saying Iranians are holding up the Ayatollah right now in the streets of Iran? I mean, there's thousands of them. Even though it's propaganda, thousands of citizens from a certain country are always going to do that during a regime change war. What's your point?
Let me tell you this.
It's going to be split up. Some people are going to celebrate. Some people are going to
but when you ask, okay, that fair point. However, real Persians, not people born now, real Persians prior to the regime change, those people were not Muslim. They don't speak the language of Arabic. Iran is the only Muslim country where the regime actually allowed them to keep their own language and didn't force everyone to speak Arabic, except the government uses Arabic in everything. They just took the colors, put Arabic letters. Real Persians, they speak Farsi. They don't speak Arabic. They don't share the same religion. And what happened when the regime changed, a lot of real Arab Muslims, Pakistanis, Afghanis, they entered into Iran and they became quote unquote Iranians. And these are the people that support the regime. But the real Iranians do not support a regime. They don't, because this regime oppressed them. It doesn't disprove, but it's important for you to know that the people that uphold the regime are not real Persians. They're not real Persians. They're Afghanis and Pakistanis who assimilated over there.
That doesn't further this conversation, though. I mean,
more people are celebrating.
We're debating here. We're debating on whether or not a regime change war is necessary. I mean, do you support?
Of course, it's necessary.
Well, do you support the killing of 165 to 175 schoolgirls? Do you support that?
No, I don't.
Okay, we did that.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. It was
that's the claim.
Tomahawk missiles.
It's the It's the claim. No investigation revealed. They just keep saying.
They're
and this is the
investigations. Plus,
okay. So why don't you wait for the investigation to come out?
The point is, all of the lies coming from the.
Do you want it? Okay, let me ask you this: do you want it to be an American Tomahawk missile that did it?
I don't, but it's not going to be too far fetched. I mean, we bombed, like I said, during times of regime change wars. We have killed millions of civilians. Okay,
so let me ask you this:
we've killed. We've committed war crimes. Okay, so it's not
killed approximately over 20,000 of their own protesters.
I don't support the Iranian regime.
Okay.
Why are you acting like I support the regime?
Let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you this. Because if you're going against it, then you probably do. But I'll live in your delusion for now. I'll live in your delusion. If the United States conducts missile strikes and they can hit the third floor window and take out a person laying in a bed, which is how they killed a certain person. You're telling me they're going to strike a school for what? For what benefit does that do?
Are you saying that it's far-fetched for America to do that?
I'm saying I don't think they intentionally went and hit a school. No, I don't.
Are you saying
I don't? And I'd rather wait for an investigation.
So are you saying it's far-fetched? Are you saying it's far-fetched?
I think personally, I don't think it was conducted by America. No, I don't.
I'm asking you whether or not,
at least not intentionally. Okay.
Do you think it's far-fetched that we did that intentionally?
Do I think it's far-fetched?
Yes.
That we did it intentionally?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we did it intentionally. It is far-fetched.
Okay. So, okay. What if we? Okay.
I think it's fair to say we should just wait till the investigation.
Let's go based on the. Let's go based on if it was accidental or not. That's not a good thing that we killed 165 schools.
I understand. Okay. Agree.
This would not have happened if we entered this war. You do realize that, right?
And how many people would have been killed if we didn't enter this war? Civilians. You realize Iran shuts down their internet so people cannot show the world what's happening to them. You understand that, right? You know what's funny here in America? We had a bunch of people like early last year get out on the streets, do something called a No Kings protest. Protested Donald Trump as a king who was democratically elected. And here is a
king. He can never be a king. He's a wannabe king.
Okay, so we're just playing in delusion, a wannabe king. Yes, and here you have a real king. And here you have a real king who not only attacks his own people, who governs a body.
Because, you got to realize this king was allowed to be in power because of American interventionism in 1953.
No, he was allowed.
That is the reason why. It's because the American coup. Hold on, the American coup.
It was a mistake.
The American coup. So you can agree the American interventionism in 1953 was a mistake.
Well, it wasn't solely based on America. Europe had a lot of influence, especially the UK. They had a huge influence into what was going on there because Khomeini was very close with the head of the UK prior to this. And there was a contract
1953.
deal. Yeah, prior to the revolution, yes?
Right.
Right.
And
I disagree that America did that.
Yeah. So you don't think we're going to be looking back in history and saying that it was also a mistake this time around? Why do you think it's going to be different this time around?
How much worse can it
compared to last time around?
Let's think about it like this. Right now, there's a regime that oppresses people. First of all, you want to know what's the worst part about it? You know what? Calling this a dictatorship is like a compliment to all dictators, because this is not a dictatorship. It's a theocracy. They govern based on religion, not by a set of constitution or humanity or some level of international law. No, they govern their body based off of their religion.
Okay,
which is the worst thing that can be.
I'm gonna play a couple clips here within the next couple of minutes. First off, I'm gonna play Charlie Kirk's words. This was obviously previous to his death, and I'm gonna play what Charlie Kirk said about this because I mean I know the right sees him as like a god, and I agree. Charlie Kirk was like spitting bars here, so I'm just gonna play what Charlie Kirk was saying here in a moment, and then I'm gonna play Donald Trump's take on this as well.
Go ahead.
What comes next?
Give me half a second.
We are just going to take out the Ayatollah. Oh, really? What comes next? What comes after regime change? Might be, we need a small number of U.S. troops to support the new regime. We have seen this play before. Regime change, you have no idea how this is going to work out. You have no idea.
That's like you're basically your god disagreeing with what Donald Trump is doing in a regime change war, saying, what are we going to do after? And I completely agree with him. There should not be troops in the ground with Iran, and it's seeming more and more likely that's how it's going to end. What after the supreme leader was killed? What now? I mean, they have a new supreme leader, the son of Ayatollah. So what now? We just keep on offing the supreme
cardboard
leaders?
box figure. The cardboard box figure was probably in a coma with the amputated leg. That's the guy you're talking about.
There's no evidence his leg was amputated.
There's no evidence he's alive.
Minor injuries, according.
There's no evidence he's alive. So let's get one thing straight about that. There's no evidence he's alive.
I mean,
and second of all,
he hasn't talked to the media, but that doesn't mean he's dead.
Okay,
that's like saying
let's talk about Charlie. Let's talk about Charlie. Let's talk about Charlie.
Real quick, can I play you one more video?
Sure thing. Go ahead.
This is Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump's take on it in 2011.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. So the only way he figures that he's going to get reelected, and as sure as you're sitting there, is to start a war with Iran. Now, I'm more militant and more militaristic than the president.
So first off, Charlie Kirk's take, very bad. We should not do a regime change in Iran. Donald Trump's take, very bad. If you enter a war with Iran, you are not a good negotiator. You're ineffective and weak. That is Donald Trump's and Charlie Kirk's take, both gods on the right.
Right. Okay.
So these aren't even my arguments. These are arguments of Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk.
Did the United States enter 2.5 to 3 weeks of negotiations with Iran?
What time period are you talking about?
Prior, like literally 3 months ago. Literally 1 week or 2-3 weeks prior to the first strike.
No negotiations reached.
No, there was Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner.
Were any negotiations reached? No.
No. Okay. So now let's get. So now let's get to. Why do you think negotiations weren't reached?
Because
why do you think?
Iran knew that we were going to either violate the agreement somehow, as we did back in 2017 when Donald Trump took us out of the JCPOA. That's one of my main reasons as to why I believe Iran didn't want to negotiate with us.
No, they negotiated. The only problem was the lowest kind of what we were willing to give didn't reach the maximum of what they wanted. Because what they want, see, here's the thing about that people don't understand about this theocratic regime, is that they don't play on an even playing field. Okay? They don't play by the same rules that everybody else does. And this is the problem that people refuse to understand.
Trump.
No, Donald Trump does.
No,
because
he's violated 7+ different amendments. He's violated international law, federal law, gag orders.
Okay, what's an international law? Can you tell me what's international law?
But you don't know what an international law is?
What is it? What is it? What is international law?
That's a very vague statement. It's law.
What I'm trying to get to is
internationally.
It's made up, brother. It's made up, right?
So
international law is made up. It's just a bunch of signed treaties and signed papers. Who enforces international law?
The UN.
When somebody violates the UN,
you go to international courts.
The UN. Okay,
well,
so the UN.
And you go to international courts. My bad.
Right. Okay. So the international courts claim, quote unquote, I don't know. Let's say Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal. Then what? What do they do? How do they enforce? Okay. How do they enforce somebody who violates international law? For example, Iran violated international law. Who does what? You make a claim, like maybe not you, but people make a claim that when we took Maduro, we violated international law, right? That's what people like to say.
No, I mean
when we took Maduro,
strikes, yeah.
Sorry,
that and the boat strikes, yeah.
Okay, so who enforces this international law?
The countries.
We violate. Let's say we play in your delusion. We were not allowed to strike the boat that contained the drugs, and
there's no evidence that it contained drugs.
Okay, sure thing. We'll go along with that, right? When we strike a semi-submersible, some local fisherman in Venezuela who has no money for a burger has a semi-submersible vessel, right? In international water. Yeah, let's play by this logic. A little boat with 5 engines on it is not used for drugs. Okay. Country that can afford water and bread, they all of a sudden have boats. I don't know if you've seen a fishing boat, but that's not what a fishing boat looks like. Let's say, again, we'll play in your delusion. We'll play in your delusion. Let's say the strike was deemed illegal. Who makes that decision that it was illegal, it was a violation of international law, and who enforces it?
No, I mean multiple different countries.
Like who?
In that.
Okay. Did anyone enforce the? Did anyone enforce it?
So pause. I can admit here I'm not like well informed in terms of like international law. I just know the very basics of it, like such as the things that I've already spoken about. Anything further than that, I feel like I would be the wrong person to talk.
That's fair. No, I appreciate honesty. That's fair. What I'm trying to get to it is, it's a BS thing. It's just a bunch of papers signed between treaties, because the real enforcement of international law is the United States. When Russia violates, quote unquote, international law, the whole world turns to America and says, do something, because Russia doesn't listen to the UK. They don't listen to Germany, because they're not scared of Germany. The whole world reacts and listens to the US. And my point as an American, and this is going to sound a little bit like, I don't know, we'll see what you say. But I say, who the hell gives a shit? We can do whatever we want because we're the United States. We are the most powerful country in the world, and nobody is going to do a damn thing about it. And I'd rather be in this country than be in the country that bombs are falling from the sky and you got to worry about it every day. If we go to Iran over oil, so what? So what? Who cares?
So you don't care the deaths of like innocents?
The innocent people aren't dying. This is the thing about it.
Innocent children died.
Innocent children died.
Yes.
Sure. 160, but 30,000 innocent protesters were killed. I don't hear you up in arms about that. You seem to be okay with it.
That's very, very bad. 30 to 40.
Oh, very, very bad. Very, very bad, right?
Yeah, that's horrible.
Okay, so 165 compared to 30,000.
It's not just 165.
Probably more.
It's thousands of.
It's probably more over the last 60, 70 years. You know, Iran still hangs people from a crane, invites the entire town to come watch it. It gives them some kubide and kebabs and keeps the body up hanging there for 7 days for the Iranian people to see what happens when you go against your government.
I'm not pro the regime. You're making the argument like I'm pro the
So what are you exactly? What are you?
I'm against regime change war.
Okay, so what's your let's do this. What's your solution to Iran? You have a regime. You agree they're a state sponsor. You agree they're a state sponsor of terror?
Sure.
Are they a state sponsor of terror? Okay, how do you handle it? What do you do?
I mean, if you wanted to attempt a regime change, there could be some like factors that play in, like. I think what we're doing now is just like too far, too far in terms of the regime change. Just like striking 5 different cities. I mean, targeting certain people within the government, like the supreme leader. But then again, like I said, history only shows that if you kill like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of civilians, that's the only way like a permanent regime change like works.
But civilians aren't dying under these strikes. It's the IRGC leaders.
In history, that's what shows if you want a permanent regime change. That's what it shows, that you'd have to like in accordance with what has been done in history.
Or you do enough strikes where you weaken the regime for the Iranian people to revolt themselves and take the government.
What if it's just a worse regime than the one already in power?
Yeah, of course. That's always the risk that can happen. Yeah, I agree.
That typically happens.
Of course, especially with this type of regime. The next person could be worse. Yeah, I agree. But that doesn't mean you have to just sit back and not do anything when this, because you realize once this regime gets a nuclear weapon, they become untouchable. You can't do anything to them. You have to bite your own bullet, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the worst part about this regime,
the JCPOA.
The worst part about this regime is that they want to use this weapon offensively. Not defensively.
Why did Donald Trump take us out of the JCPOA if the threat?
Because he wants to build up our nuclear arsenal. Because he wants to build up our nuclear arsenal in competition with China and Russia.
That has nothing to do with the JCPOA. What are you doing?
Then what's the JCPOA?
JCPOA allowed us oversight over their nuclear facilities, Iran's nuclear facilities.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Now, again, I bring you back to the same question. How many times
why did he take us out of that agreement? That was a green light for Iran to build nuclear weapons. Why did he green light Iran?
No, he didn't green light. It was a stupid deal in which we gave them billions of dollars.
The reason it was stupid, it's because it didn't work.
It didn't do anything.
The only reason why you say it's stupid is because Obama's name was on it. Second off, we didn't give them billions of dollars.
I don't care about Biden. I don't care about Obama.
Second off, we didn't give them billions of dollars. We just unfroze their bank accounts. We gave them back their own money.
And what did they do with that money?
Put it into their economy.
No, they didn't. They funded Hezbollah, Houthis, Hamas, and they built an arsenal of drones and ballistic missiles, which is what they use against us today. And they didn't abide by JCPOA. They didn't allow
give me a source that they violated the JCPOA agreement.
They didn't allow inspectors to go into their underground facilities.
They've done multiple investigations, and not a single one that I've seen shows that they violated the agreement. So if you can provide a source that they did violate the agreement, feel free to provide me one.
Brother, look. At some point in time, I understand. I don't have that information handy, okay? I don't. We can have this discussion another time. I'll bring the paperwork and I'll show you. At some point, you yourself, as a man, as a human, have to rely on something that's called just evidence, common sense, common logic. This is a regime that wants to achieve nuclear ambitions. We've already agreed on that. And if you think that they're just these nice people that are just I just want power.
Hold on. So you're saying it's common sense. Hold on. Let's just apply.
It's common sense that they are hiding shit underground and in a mountain to hide things from people. Yes, I believe that's the case.
How's it going, Forrest? How's it going, Spock? How's it going? Keep it. So you're saying it's common sense to say that they want to achieve, or they want to achieve nuclear bombs because like they've done certain things, or they've said certain things, or they've acted a certain way. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just apply your logic here on a smaller scale in reference to Donald Trump's personal life. Which is going to be like a pivot from the conversation. We've been talking about Iran for the last couple of minutes. We're really not getting anywhere. So let's just apply your logic here. Donald Trump said that he wants that he like grabs women by the vagina without asking, right? Which means that he's a rapist. Which makes you to believe that he did rape E. Jean Carroll because he's seen it, and in accordance with your view, it would be common sense because he said that he grabs women by the vagina without asking, and because there's a civil court order that deemed him that he raped E. Jean Carroll, that he actually is a rapist. Yes, in accordance with your view of common sense.
Sure.
So that you support a rapist as president.
Hey, the entire country voted for 34 Kelly and found quote unquote the rapist over a
Well, not
Democrat.
quote unquote. You believe he's a rapist based on your.
I don't
common sense
believe
view.
it. No, I don't
Well, then
believe
that's
it.
a contradiction on your common sense view that
It's
you
not a
upheld.
contradiction.
So then, hold on. That's a contradiction on your common sense view that you upheld with Iran. Why do you apply your common sense view to Iran and not Donald Trump?
Is there proof he grabbed them by the, you know what?
He said he grabbed them, but is there proof that they were building nuclear bombs? Oh, look at that! I thought you said,
Let me
"Oh, it's
ask you
common
this.
sense." You said,
Let
"Hold
me
on."
ask you
My
this.
question: do you have proof? Do you have proof that they're building nuclear bombs? That question was.
Let me
it's
ask
just
you
common
this.
sense.
Yeah,
So, hey,
okay.
you don't need
Let
proof
me
because
answer
it's
it.
just common sense in accordance with your view.
Sure. Good one. Let me ask you this. Why would a country like Iran, again, they've openly said they are going to get nuclear weapons. They've openly admitted it. But we're going to pretend that didn't happen. Again, I'm going to live in your delusion. Why does a country that has nuclear ambition, why is Iran the only country other than North Korea to have underground nuclear facilities, unlike every other of the
Which
nuclear
we
nine?
completely obliterated in 2025.
Brother,
Did we
oh
not?
my Jesus
Did we completely obliterate their nuclear
Is it possible
capabilities in 2025?
to rebuild? Is it possible
in
that
less
maybe
than
it
6
didn't
months?
complete-
Hold on. Is it possible to rebuild in less than 6 months? No, it's not possible. That
Then
is not,
maybe we
'cause
didn't
a
obliterate it.
hold on,
What's your point?
The point
Then
is,
maybe we didn't
the point
obliterate
is,
it.
The point is, before Operation Midnight Hammer, a report found a month before that they were 10 years away from getting nuclear capabilities. Okay, and this was a month before Operation Midnight Hammer, which means that they were even more than 10 years away from getting nuclear capabilities.
You want to know what's
or
funniest
Donald
thing?
Trump has been lying to the American people, and we didn't completely obliterate their nuclear capabilities. Which one is it?
Yeah, sure. You want to know what's the funniest thing? Is that both me and both you and every other random person that's listening to this, all 44 other people, the funniest thing is that we think we have more information than the president. That
So
we
the
know
president's lying
more.
to us. Because
That we
according
know-
to him,
listen,
quote unquote, we
listen,
completely
humans
obliterated
lie.
their nuclear
Listen,
capabilities.
it's okay. Sure thing. Maybe he
I mean,
did
lie.
lie. Maybe. Sure.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
this
su-
is
I
how
mean,
we talk.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Sure
he lied.
thing.
That's his character. I mean, he's a
Everyone lies.
liar.
But everyone lies.
Not as
Everyone
much
lies.
as
You
Donald
lie.
Trump. Donald
Of
Trump told
course they do.
34,000 confirmed lies in his first term.
Okay.
So he said
Congratulations.
he said the war was going to end in a couple of days. It was a multi-day operation. Oh, now it's a multi-week operation. Now
First
it's a
of all,
multi-month operation.
First of all, let's get, since you love to focus on words so much and the definition of words, the United States is not at war with Iran. Let's get one thing straight. We're not at war. Has war been declared?
Donald
Has
Trump
war
calls
been
it a war.
declared?
Pete Hegseth,
Yeah.
Marco Rubio,
They call it a
Iran.
war.
Everyone,
Right.
Israel is calling. Everyone's
Right.
calling. You are the
But
only
the
person
United
in America. Hold on.
States-
You're the
did the
only person
United
in America
States
that is
declare
denying that it's a war.
No, we use the word war. But did the United States officially declare war on Iran?
No, Congress did not declare war. That doesn't mean that we're not at war. You're the only person in America denying that it's a war.
No,
We
I'm
are
not
at
saying-
war with
I'm not
Iran,
denying
yes?
it. So we are
So then
conducting.
we are
We're
at
in
war with
wartime. We are in wartime
Our-
conducting military strikes. We don't got boots on the ground. We don't got anything other than we're conducting
Hold on.
targeted
Are we at war with
military
Iran?
strikes.
Yes or no?
We're in wartime with
It's a
them.
yes or no question.
By the pure definition of war, the country is at war with Iran? No, because we haven't declared war. The use of the word can be thrown around in 10 different ways. But again, the country of America has not declared war on Iran. Because when you declare war on Iran,
Hey,
things
what the fuck
change
is hold
completely.
on, pause. You're just denying that we're at war with Iran, which is insane. What's your
I
point
said
of
we're
this
in
argument?
wartime with Iran. We're in wartime with Iran.
We're at war with Iran, but what's your point with your argument? What's your point? I mean, you're just denying reality.
My point is that we are solely conducting targeted military strikes for the purpose of our national security or
It's
national
not just military
interest.
operations. It's literally war that has involved now more than 22 different countries. Indirectly or directly. 22 countries are involved. NATO had to intercept missiles off of Turkish airspace twice.
Yeah, and who's
They
launching
struck
those
Cyprus.
rockets at Turkey? Who's launching the rockets at Turkey?
Iran.
You know, Iran's president came out and apologized to every single neighboring country that we should not have conducted those strikes to our neighbors. He came out. First of all, he's
They're
resigning.
still
in a
doing
little
it.
bit.
Iran is still
Right.
bombing different countries.
So
Is your
that
point?
country is right. So the country that you are sitting here and are for some reason are against us changing is blatantly going and striking not only the U.S., not only Israel, but targeting 22 other nations. Are you going to sit here and say this is a normal regime that we should be following?
Well, no,
I told you, they don't play by the rules.
They're not targeting.
What did I tell you earlier?
I said directly.
What did I tell you? This is a regime that doesn't play by their rules. They don't care what they do. They don't care who they hit, where they hit.
Why,
we conduct
the reason why. And I'll just quote Charlie Kirk here. Iran, as you know, we embarrass them according to quoting Charlie Kirk. They're just gonna drag this into a whole regional mess, and they're gonna drag as many different countries, as many different people as they can, and we're actually seeing that in real time,
right?
Because the United States and Israel launched this war
again. Here's where we get to. You can have your stance, and that's fine. Your stance actually carries some water. It has a fair point, just like Charlie Kirk, just like Trump said prior to this. But again, if you have a country like Iran, a regime who has no problem murdering people just because of they look funny or they're against their religion or anything like that. In fact, it's in their religion to take out as many non-believers as possible. But I don't want to talk about religion. This is a regime that has no problem doing those things. Right? And your solution is, oh, you know what? Regime change 10 years ago didn't work. So you know what? We're just going to sit back.
Never worked.
Okay.
Rarely
you said
ever
2 times. You said 2 times. So it did work. But so your solution is, I'm just going to be this little, right. So here's the thing. This is why power is important, because you're this little guy that's like, oh, you know what? Let's just let them go. Let them build their nuke.
Saying let them go.
Tomorrow when they launch their nuke,
we should.
So what do you do?
We shouldn't have left the JCPOA.
The JCPOA didn't stop them from enriching uranium.
Okay, but
it didn't do anything.
Just because they enrich uranium, there's no evidence that they were building nuclear bombs. That's the point. And then you said common sense. It's common sense, and that's why I brought up the point that
we're getting to the same point over and over again.
That's right. That's why I pivoted.
You just don't want to concede.
The reason why we're going here in circles is because you're just trying to use common sense and not provide any actual evidence. But when we use that same common sense on
what evidence have you done? What evidence have you done
on Donald Trump's personal life? You deny that he's a rapist, even though, in accordance with your view, it should be common sense that he's a rapist.
Okay. When did Iran and this JCPOA begin?
During Obama's term. I don't remember the exact year. I know 2017 we left, and around 2017 we left. I'm pretty sure it was like 2000 something.
Cool, perfect. So prior to the JCPOA, how many ballistic missiles did Iran have?
No idea. What's your point?
Let's look it up. Can you look it up?
What was your question?
Prior to this Obama JCPOA, because you think it's so good. Because we sent an inspector.
Okay. It was a step in the right direction.
Right. Step in the right direction. Prior to that, how many ballistic missiles did Iran have in their arsenal?
Do you know the answer?
I can promise you it was a lot fewer than what they have right now.
In 2015, Iran possessed one of the largest ballistic missiles.
Numbers, I ballpark.
Roughly 1,000.
Okay, now let's search how much ballistic missiles arsenal they have today.
I think roughly 2,000.
Why would we look at today and not what they had when we pulled out of the
JCPOA? Last year, prior to Trump. I don't care.
No, we would look at what would they had before we pulled out of the JCPOA.
No. Okay, sure. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Because we're looking at if they kept during the deal of the JCPOA.
Mm-hmm. If you think that the answer is less, you're wrong. Again, this is a country that doesn't play by the same rules. They don't care if you send an inspector to come and look at the facility when they got 3 facilities underground in a mountain. You understand that? Every country of the nuclear 9, and by the way, I'm going to make my one statement. The United States will never allow another country to join the nuclear 9. No more. They will not allow it. And Iran wants to be that other one. We have the 9 nuclear powers, and that's the way it's going to remain. It's North Korea was the last, and that's it. And that's why we can't do anything to North Korea, because you can't do anything, because you become untouchable at that point. So the whole point is you can send an inspector to go look at their nuclear facility that's used for civilian energy. Sure, and they can point it out. But they got 4 facilities underground in a mountain that they didn't allow inspectors to go into. None.
Actually,
no.
what's your evidence? What's your
No
evidence?
no nuclear 9 nation has a hidden
there's no
underground.
evidence that they were actually building nuclear bombs.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my
First of all, I need your evidence for that. Second of all, you said that it wasn't a. You said it's not a war. Was Vietnam a war?
So you don't think
Was Vietnam a war?
You don't think Iran is building nuclear weapons?
Answer my question.
I don't need to answer your question. I'm having a civilian discussion. You just jumped up out of nowhere. Like ain't nobody talking to you. We're having
You're
a discussion
talking to me
with me
now.
and the guy who's still supposedly looking up the information. But you just cut him off.
I mean,
Right. Okay, that's fine. We don't
the same.
That's fine. Sure, whatever.
That's what missiles.
You don't mind that? Fine. You don't think Iran is trying to build a nuclear arsenal? You don't think that?
Well, there's no evidence that.
If the answer is no, I'm just not going to waste my.
Well,
I'm just not going to waste my time.
There's no evidence that there's no evidence that they
out.
were building nuclear bombs.
Okay. All righty, Ben. Listen,
What's the
you
evidence?
keep
Prove
doing
me
your
wrong.
little charade.
Prove me wrong.
You keep
What's
doing
the
your little
evidence, man?
charade.
Prove me wrong. What's the evidence?
They have openly talked about.
They've talked about
building.
it. Okay. Donald
Yeah.
Trump has openly talked about grabbing women by the vagina. Therefore, he's a rapist.
How come Joe Biden?
Therefore, he's a
How
rapist
come
in
Joe
accordance with your
Biden
view
is-
of common sense.
How come Joe Biden?
Hold on,
Listen,
address
we're
my
not
point.
talking
Address
about
my point.
rape
If you're saying
and the nuclear weapons,
hold on.
Those are
If
two
you're saying
Come on.
Iran
when you
has
want to talk
openly,
about the
hold on,
rape, we'll
pause,
talk
pause.
about the rape another
Yes,
time.
yeah. Well, no. We'll
Stick on point.
just
Don't
this one-
pivot.
hold on.
Don't pivot.
No, I'm not pivoting.
Don't
It's called comparing your viewpoint on the Iran case or your common sense viewpoint. That's saying this certain entity, for lack of a better word, said this certain thing. Therefore, it is true. Okay, in accordance with your view, Donald Trump said he grabs women by the vagina without asking. Therefore, he is a rapist because grabbing women by the vagina without asking is rape. In accordance with your common sense view, yes. It's not a pivot. It's a comparison between.
It's a pivot. It's two complete. No, it's not.
We're
It's two
using
completely
your
different
ideology
things.
here that someone
No,
said
it's not
something.
an
Therefore,
ideology.
it's true.
It's not an ideology.
Your ideology. Here, someone said
just
something. Therefore, it is true. That's your ideology.
but that's not the sole basis of what I'm trying
But
to
that's
get
what
to.
you've been arguing this entire
You're
time.
clinging on
when
to
I asked
a word.
you, when I asked you, hold on. When I asked you, what's the evidence that they were building nuclear bombs? You said they were. They said that they were. They said that they wanted to. Okay, let's use that same argument. Donald Trump said he wanted to grab her. He would grab women by the vagina without asking. Therefore, he's a rapist. Yes.
Bro,
If you say no, if you say no, that's going to be a contradiction within your own argument.
Sure, whatever floats your boat, man. You want to establish Trump's a rapist? That's fine. Believe whatever you
In
want.
accordance with
Not
your
a
view,
single
you
crime
also
has been
believe-
proven.
You also
Nothing has
believe
been
he's a
proven,
rapist.
right?
You
So
also
who
believe he's a
cares?
rapist.
Who cares? I'm pretty sure if we listen to your conversations you have with your guys in your group chats or your stuff, you've said some pretty fucking weird
I've
shit.
never said I've raped someone because I've never raped anyone.
No one said you raped someone.
I've
I
never
didn't
said
say that.
anything in accordance with
I said
that.
you probably said, okay, sure thing.
That's so fucking weird, and that just completely
But at the end of the day, look,
that just completely excuses.
listen,
what he
ain't
does.
nobody talking to
Durham
you,
Ice has
man.
never said crazy shit like that.
Ain't
He's
nobody
just-
talking
he's
to
just-
you.
Bro,
He's just asked really stupid
Nobody's
questions.
talking to you. What are you
Oh
just
my
chiming
fucking
in
God.
just to
Okay.
say like a sentence because you feel like wanting to say something?
Jeez, let her speak.
That's all I was gonna say is just being like, oh, look, I'm sure that you've said some weird shit in your group chat in response to the president of the United States talking about women grabbing women unconsensually by their vagina. It's just like excusing rape culture and saying that it's okay because it's like, oh, you say that in your group chats with your guys. That's just normalizing it and saying that it's okay, and that's exactly why.
Give me a break with this stupid rape culture. And
That's exactly why he's in the position that he's in, because of the fact that it has become normalized like this.
You can unmute your mic and address.
okay, you're muting me, so I'm just not even.
Yeah,
gonna
because
talk.
you're interrupting. That's
Because
why.
you won't shut the hell up and let me.
She literally asked me a fucking question.
And she wasn't done with her point, and you interrupted her.
Like 3 times.
Now you're gonna run
I
away.
was not wrong.
Yeah, you're gonna run away, beta cuck.
I'm right here. I'm listening. I'm letting the random female who jumped up out of nowhere, who wants to talk about the only
Why do you
topic
call
that she
women
wants to talk
females?
about. We were talking about Iran. She wants to talk about misogyny and rape culture. Go ahead, say your point. I'm listening.
Hold on, Bob.
I'm listening.
Hold on,
Don't
hold
worry.
on.
I'm not running anywhere.
I'm the one who
You've
brought up
lost
the-
this
hold on, I'm the
entire
one who brought
debate
up the rape
according to the
case.
chat. So
Okay,
don't worry.
Chat's mainly cult members like you, MAGA. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okie dokie,
my
buddy.
point is, I'm the one who brought.
When
up
you
the rape
lose,
case,
it's
'cause
all
we're just-
it's all
hold
it's
on.
all fucking chat people
I mean,
or all cult people. Yeah, you're not in a cult, right?
No, I'm not in a cult. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm the one who brought up the rape of Donald Trump raping E. Jean Carroll, him sexually exploiting women and children. I mean, I don't know why you're getting mad about that. I'm just seeing whether or not your view is in accordance with two different perspectives. And then both guests on my panel brought up great points, which you've refused to address for some reason.
Okay. Did you get it out? Are you done? Are you happy?
Yeah, address the points that were made on the panel.
Okay, like I said, I will play in your delusion on your little thing. Yes, Trump said those things, and therefore, sure thing, we can quote unquote call him a rapist.
So why'd you
Sure.
go for a rapist?
Because why the fuck would I vote for Kamala Harris?
She would be the better candidate out of the two.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why? Why? You just why? Like why? Why do you support her? Why?
For multiple different reasons. I mean, policy.
Give me five. Give me two.
To what?
Two reasons why you would support her.
I mean, yeah, child tax credit, $6,000 for the first
Child
year.
tax credit has existed. All she did was quote unquote make it $500 more than what Trump said.
No,
Like,
she was
congratulations.
She was running on making it $6,000 for the first year of the child's life, and then $3,000, and told them being I don't know the exact year, but it would be definitely more than it is, almost like double than it is under Trump. The $25,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers would have significantly helped.
Let's stop right there. I love that. I love that. In all honesty, I love that.
Second interruption. Holy shit, but go for it.
No, that's fine because I don't want it to go away. I like this point. I actually agree. Someone who's looking to buy a house, I actually like the fact that $25,000 falls in the hands of every first home buyer, right? Who doesn't like that? Right? Congratulations, you just raised the houses by $25,000 to make up the difference. You just increased the competition and it caused more demand because people now have more ability
Let me
to
send
put
this
down a
to you.
$25,000 down payment. You don't know.
I'm just gonna like get rid of this guy because he's.
You get what I'm saying? If you give everyone 25 grand,
what's the
if
argument
you-
for that?
perfect. Thank you.
What's the argument?
If you give if there's 5 people, new first-time home buyers who don't have a down payment, you give 5 of them each 25 grand. What did you achieve? Nothing.
What's the argument?
Nothing. You just
you're not
raised
providing an
the
argument. Holy
person
shit.
selling the house.
Provide it.
the
Hold on.
person,
Provide.
I am.
Provide. Hold on.
The
No.
person selling the house.
First off,
the person selling the house raises the
provide-
price by 25 grand.
Provide a
Yes,
formal argument.
I just did.
No, that's not a
The
formal
person,
argument.
the person selling the house understands that every home buyer gets 25 grand. You're going to raise your
every
price
first-time
by
home buyer.
Right. But you're going to, because that money is out there, you're going to raise the price of your house.
It's a tax credit. They're
Yeah.
not getting the money.
That's
They're
doesn't-
taking
okay.
it.
You're not providing
Do you
a
have
formal
20?
argument
Okay.
as to
So
how
if
that
you,
works.
okay.
You're not
So
providing a formal argument.
if you don't have a down payment, no, it's actually not a tax credit. It's down payment assistance in the form of a grant that supposedly after 5 years, if you don't sell the house, you don't have to pay back. So it's not a tax credit. But all of us are people that, for example, start at $0 to put a down payment. We want to buy a house. We got no money, right? Now, all of a sudden, the government is like, okay, here you go. Here's 25 grand. Use it as a down payment.
This is not a formal argument.
The person oh my God, brother. If you don't understand how economics 101 works,
Clearly
it's called the
don't
supply
understand
and
how
demand.
economic works
Do you know what
either.
supply and demand is? Do you know what supply and demand is?
What's supply and demand? Tell me.
When you give everybody or every home buyer
That's
25
not supply and
grand,
demand. What's
of
supply and
course it is,
demand?
because the demand increases, because now you have a bunch of people who couldn't put a down payment, all of a sudden have money to put a down payment. You've just increased the demand.
Yeah.
But the supply remains
we can
consistent.
also increase the supply.
Right. But do you know how much money in her
No.
plan how many houses she had to buy for build $3 million was their plan.
You haven't even
$3 million homes.
You haven't even proposed like a formal.
I'm going off of what she did. She said
you're not proposing.
She said we first
how this wouldn't work. Though.
No,
would increase housing prices.
I just told you how.
That's not. You just provide a formal argument, like a syllogism, which syllogism would be formal, premise A, premise B, and then the conclusion.
Brother,
easier to debate.
We don't need to do that. You just use logic. Somebody,
your logic led to you saying that Donald Trump was a rapist. So
once again,
use your logic.
Listen to me. This isn't a got you moment. I'm not trying to do a got you moment. You have your views. I can't change your views. You can't change mine. I don't even.
Correct. If you're correct,
again,
wrong, my views will
again.
Be yes.
There's five. There's how many of us? There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 of me and plus you. There's 4 people here. All of us. Let's pretend we can't afford to buy a house. We don't got down payment,
bro. This is not an argument.
Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm done with you, bro.
Yeah, bro, go away, bro. This is not an argument, bro. Go away. Jesus fuck. Was that? I can't tell. Was that a hint or for me? That was it.
No,
no, that was for Dan Show. So hold on. I saw a heart meme. Jesus, I cannot scroll. Oh, that was Ellie. Thank you for the. What is that? I see Minecraft. Creeper. Oh.
Yo, Alvir, this was a while ago, but it was like it was mid conversation sent in the chat. Like, how about no country has nuclear weapons? W point in the chat. Like, I had to point it out.
Yeah. I don't know if there was a decent amount of people here for that conversation. If you support Trump, there's the guest box. Love to talk to you, love to have a debate with you, love to have a conversation with you tonight. So make sure to do that. If you're over there on YouTube, we've had a couple people over on YouTube who's actually liked the stream. Make sure to like the stream, hit that subscribe button, check out my recent video. And if you support Trump, once again, join up in the guest box. Share out this live, repost the live, double tap that phone screen. We might hit a restart here soon. We've been on for roughly an hour, and we've had consistently some pretty good push for the last hour. So if we don't get anyone within the next 4 minutes, we're just gonna restart. Also, he was being very misogynistic.
I know.
Very, very.
Chantel, I feel bad for you. Chantel is talking about in the chat. Her gas is $9. In California.
$9 for Jesus fucking hell.
Thankfully, mine is not that. Mine is around 4.5 to 5.5, depending on which gas station you go to.
Mine's 4, but it's also usually $2.80.
Yeah, no, California is $9. That's more likely to be $9. Their gas is usually more expensive than other places in the country. Reagan is $4 right now, and usually it's $2. Mine usually sits around $3. So obviously,
California's average is $5.56.
That's what I'm saying. It's people are oh, so not. Yes, it is.
What part of
no, but it being higher than normal.
I mean, the average right now is 6. That's the highest I'm seeing.
I am complaining about over $50 to fill up my tank. I make less than Jeremiah's minimum wage.
Okay, I can't complain. Minimum wage in my state is $17. It's
$10.50 here.
Yeah, that's awful. California has a 160 tax per gallon.
I don't know why my.
If so, then that would make sense. I mean, that would be around $8. If that's true. I mean, I'm not from California. I wouldn't know.
That just reminded me. I need to look into a tax on tanning. My manager at work brought that up the other day. She said, I think it was Obama put a tax on tanning. That's what she said. I haven't looked at it at all, but I need to look at it. That intrigued me.
Tanning. What the fuck does that even mean?
Like it's called like
tanning causes skin cancer. So
it's called like a tanning tax, and she asked me about it. I was like, I don't know. I think it was like included if that's a thing, and she told me about it.
maybe it's because like tanning beds and stuff like that can cause skin cancer, so that's why they'd include it. Maybe. That's like the only reason I could think of.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know that. Look that up and tell me, quite frankly. I posted a video saying R.I.P. Charlie Kirk.
I saw that.
Y'all saw that. I'm trying to make Magas into liking the video.
Someone came in here and was like, hey, there was a typo on your video. You spelled Charlie Kirk wrong.
Did someone say that? No, that was on purpose. The comment section, I did the same thing.
What's useless? I'm confused.
I hope it's an hour. I'm going to hit a restart, y'all. I'll be back over there on YouTube. Jade,
I think they're talking about the...
I don't know. I just leave my back door unlocked. Or like my business back door unlocked, and I get paid $3,000 a week. Psh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It comes with a delivery of like steaks or something, you know?
Yeah. Get some prime rib up there every week. Dude. Psh, psh. Yeah.
You know
Dude,
it.
You got it 3,000 and some ribs? I don't ask questions, bro. I don't ask questions. But also, I just kind of wish that I was born Italian so I could like experience it back in the day. You know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, hold on, it's my favorite part of the night. Chiure pazzone. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you have a good night.
The reason is because I've been struggling with like mental health and stuff, Loki.
We love you. We love you, Screaming Fetus. We love you so much. Trey, let me know if you need anything as a, I don't know, if you need resources.
Hold up, we're getting prepared over on YouTube. A couple people came back, quite frankly. I appreciate all of you guys. If you're over here on YouTube, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. If you're over here on TikTok, double tap that phone so you can try to get to 10,000 likes here within the next couple of minutes. Share the live, repost the live, do all the wonderful things. And if you support Trump, did you see Donald Trump called Gavin Newsom? Did you see?
Trump called Gavin Newsom president.
Yeah.
I saw the clip.
That was pretty crazy. And then I saw Gavin Newsom's response of him being as president of the United States and undoing all of like Trump's executive order or whatever. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, I think Gavin Newsom is funny. Like, I don't know. He doesn't have much to him, and like I don't know. He's not doing much except for like making fun of Trump.
I mean, that's all Democrats right now.
I know, and
no
it's kind
Democrats
of
in office are doing shit. That's why I don't like the establishments. But if you support Trump, shit is so funny. Him and Biden are cooked men. Yeah, I mean, Biden was definitely deteriorating health, but I think he was more capable of running the country than.
Nigga, you ain't Ding Ching Chong.
Damn.
5 years. You were in my guest box for like an hour, like the entire last live, and all that just to like be like a little child.
5 years old, bro.
Sperm cell. Yeah, a sperm cell. If you support Trump, join up in the guest box. Be moving on to the next guest.
I wish TikTok did what Instagram does.
Yeah, what's up? Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Why?
The alternative. I don't know why people don't want to talk about this, nor do they want to hear about it. But it's just that we only had two options. In my opinion, I think the other option was weak.
How was Harris weak?
Yes.
How?
Joe, I really, it really pissed me off. 'Cause I would have voted for her if she would have spoke like she speak now. That's a sign of weakness. If your adversary or your problem is in front of you, no matter what the job is, especially for this job right here, and now you sitting here talking about what could have happened, what you should have did, That's a sign of weakness. And what I mean by that is that I think it was, I don't know the exact amount, but the time for her to do a full campaign, that was the setup. What my main argument towards that is this: if there's two people that's beside the president, his wife and his vice president.
Definitely a lot more people. There's also his cabinet.
But I'm saying the most closest ones. VP have to be there. Catch something happen to him in all the classified meetings and everything. You mean to tell me you can't whisper and say, "Hey man, I don't think," and then to prove this point to be factual, and then you finally coming out to confirm this. If you had that same feeling, you walking beside, "Hey man, just let me be the candidate. I know you Joe, you did a good job. You've been in service all these years. I promise you, whatever happens, I'm going to rebuild the Democrat Party up. No matter, instead of us having conflict or me talking behind your back, I'm going to talk to your face. Just step down for this minute. And I'm going to honor you. I'm going to honor you.
Hold on. You made the claim that she was weak. Why was she weak? Provide an argument.
That point right there, what I'm explaining. If you couldn't have did that in her interviews and things, she's confirming that he was mentally incapacitated to be the next president.
No, I think he was. I think he was still capable of finishing out his term. He was capable of finishing out his term now. Was he capable of like doing a second term? I mean, I'm not a health professional. Do I think he would have done a better job than Donald Trump? Absolutely. In this instance, Donald Trump's health is also declining. I think he's incompetent. So in this case, we're not talking about Joe Biden. We're talking about Harris. Harris was not incompetent. Donald Trump is. Why did you vote for someone who's incompetent, someone who's weak?
That's what I'm trying to lead to. If you answering all the questions that you trying to get an answer from, I believe this is the joke about this point. Even that's why I see that he was laughing about it. Are you going to run again? It's actually people thinking that he want to be the king. He don't never want to leave office. He even was laughing about that.
I mean, he didn't want to leave office on January 6, 2020.
No, not that point. He was younger, obviously. And now doing
4 years young. What the fuck? He's still an old man. First off. Second off, if he's done it before in the past, why do you think he's not going to do it again? I mean, he said we shouldn't have midterm elections just a couple weeks ago, right?
I mean, this is what I will say. He might be trying to set up for somebody in his cabinet, somebody in his family to take his place. But the man is a billionaire. He knows that his health is declining. He don't need the money. He got other businesses that he can.
He already frauded the American government. Yeah, you're true.
No, he fraud. I mean, that's the people that don't know nothing about business. I'm an entrepreneur. Most of the business people that's entrepreneur. Do you know what filing bankruptcy is? And then at the end of the day, if he's still his net worth is still worth $5 billion.
I'm not talking about his bank. What? I'm just talking about him doubling his net worth while being in office.
No, I mean, like, that's the point I'm trying to make is that he knows all this. It doesn't, to me, it would be a headache of if I'm at this age, because this is, the average age of a man to live is over 70. So that means after 70, you counting your days for every breath. And then on top of that, if you financially straight, you done made your point twice, you done did so much accomplishments and failures that at this point that I'm just trying to, I would be trying to just retire, go on the island, retire, leave it to my kids. He got grown kids that's in politics and all that. So that don't make no sense to me. That's something that Joe should have realized. And what I'm saying that Kamala Harris knew about, that she has confirmed and said after she get out the office. Then on top of that, you said that if you don't say this after you get out of office, and not be pissed off, because this is not like you trying to be a CEO of a job. This is like one of the biggest accomplishments a person can get. And then on top of that, you saying the world is in danger, and I told you so.
You're all over the place. Why do you support Trump? Sense. Give me one reason why you still support Trump.
He's a realist. One huge reason is that I believe Democrats and Republicans need to be demolished.
Okay. What's one reason why you support Trump?
You don't let me. I'm trying to, because your mind will keep asking questions, and I'm just gonna go. You want to direct us?
This says, why do you support Trump? I would like you to answer the prompt.
His personality.
His personality.
That's a
he's a racist.
reason to support Trump.
Wait, hold on. He's a personality.
Mm-hmm.
So you like rapists?
Rapists, man. Come on, man. The man been married how many times?
Yeah. He's been married. Hold on. He's been married multiple times. He cheated on all 3 of his wives. One with a porn star. He was also held liable for raping E. Jean Carroll. He admitted to sexual exploitation. Do you think a cheater who rapes and sexually exploits women and children is a good person?
Are you going to speak for his wife?
This is true. He cheated on all 3 of his wives. One with a porn star. Are you
going to speak for his wife?
I'm not I'm just telling you the facts.
He's married now. Are you going to speak for her?
He's cheated on 3 of his wives. One with a porn star. That's a fact.
Okay, that's cool. Don't you think she know that? So are you going to speak for her? Go ahead and speak for her.
What somebody decides to do in a situation where they're cheated on is not my problem. I can acknowledge the fact that somebody cheated and say that that's not a good thing without I can't control what the person being cheated on does. You can still acknowledge that cheating isn't a good thing.
Me personally, but what about her? She's still married to him.
The point is, you don't think cheating. Point. Hold on. You don't think cheating and raping and sexually exploiting is okay, which means
that's just like you. That's just like you interviewing somebody and they got all these felonies, they got all this stuff. Like let's say that everything that you say.
I just proved why you think Donald Trump is a bad person.
And I'm telling you that you started out with this womanizer thing about all the stuff that he did to women. He's still married, present to his wife that he have kids with.
And he's still raped.
That doesn't mean he's a good person.
He still raped E. Jean Carroll. And he's still sexually exploiting women.
But if his wife is a woman that offended women, all these are serious allegations, why is she still with him?
That has nothing to do with him raping a woman.
No, it don't. But it still says that.
Why are you bringing it up?
Ghislaine Maxwell was helping Jeffrey Epstein. Does that mean Jeffrey Epstein wasn't a bad person?
But look at this. Then you add ice cream on it. Look how many times he been married.
No.
Answer my question.
Hold on. What is that?
That don't make no sense.
Hold on. Are you trolling?
Look how many times he been married.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because if you speak for, you would say that you're afraid to speak for her because she's an individual that looked like she is.
God damn. Bro.
Holy shit.
God damn. Moving on to the next guest. What's up?
I asked a good question too. I was about to ask a really good. I was about to see his answer to that.
He was not going to answer that. What's up, D-Sport Trump?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up, G-Sport Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Well, number one, immigration policy, and second, I would say controlling this side of the hemisphere, showing our dominance, our power.
So what immigration policy do you support?
Putting other countries in line. Huh?
What immigration policy do you support?
All of them.
Which one?
Do you support Trump?
Hold on.
Do you think my question is?
Do you support?
I don't know exactly, but hope that
can you name anyone?
Question. I'm not by my computer right now. I'm on my phone on the couch.
Okay, can you name any single one?
Yeah, so
ever?
You made a claim that you support his immigration policy, but you can't tell me which policy you support.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up, host?
You made a claim you support immigration policy, but you can't tell me any single policy you support.
Yeah, I'm not a dictionary. I'm not by my computer.
So then,
even I can name one of Trump's policies.
So
okay, that's you. I'm not you.
Why do you support his immigration policy if you don't even know what they are?
Dude, I just said I'm not by my fucking computer. I can't pull it up.
You said why do I?
You
said, do I
agree
support
with
Trump?
what he does.
No, I don't support Trump.
Dude, you're twisting this shit up. Okay,
Trump is one of the worst presidents in modern
let's,
American history.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, prove me wrong. Do you want me to give you my claims?
Okay. So prove me wrong that Mexico is a very good country and you're Hispanic and you're in America, coming up on these TikTok lives, saying that you fucking know our president better than anything.
Not all Hispanics.
Bro, you don't even know, dude. You're here in the United States, fucking preaching about a president when you're the one that fucking fled your own fucking country. Dude, shut the fuck up.
Jeremias was born in America.
Fuck you. Well, even if he is, his fucking ancestors came here. He's a
So
half
did
breed
mine.
wetback.
Does that make my?
Hold on.
Does that? So did mine.
Yeah, and well, guess what? You know what you are? You're just a
Hush,
fucking
little
dirty
baby.
wetback female.
Oh, hush, little. Okay, shut up.
Yeah, I'm getting fucking points for
my
saying that
family's
shit.
not
Look at
from
that.
my
Hey, Matt, thank
family's
you,
not
Matt.
from America.
Thank you, Matt. Hey, Matt, thank you so much.
Can you
By
shut
the way,
up?
Of course she's gonna fucking mute me.
I'm
by the way,
muting
my
Oh,
you.
family's not even from South America or like Central.
Then where are you? Where?
Eastern Europe.
What part of Eastern Europe?
Okay, that is. Can we continue the conversation that we were having? I mean, you're not going to pivot away from the conversation we were having. Stop asking these questions.
Well, I just want to say thanks.
You're not going to say anything until we're allowed to finish the conversation. I mean, you didn't answer my questions. I wasn't allowed to answer your questions. What kind of debate
By the
is
way,
that?
the thing he said.
I asked you a question.
The thing he said. Like the thing he said that
asked you
started
a
with a
question.
W is a slur.
And you didn't answer it.
What do you say?
The thing
I
that
asked you a
started
question.
with
You didn't answer it.
The thing that started with a W is like considered a slur.
All right, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation.
No, I don't want to have a conversation with you.
It's like considered a slur against Hispanics, I think. I don't know if it's considered a slur against Mexicans or Hispanics in general. I'm trying to like remember exactly who it's a slur against.
Either way, he was very, very annoying. Could not allow me to make my points or him make any of his points. I mean, he didn't even know the immigration policy that he supports. If you support Trump, join up in the guest box. Love to talk to you. Love to have a debate with you. Love to have a conversation. Thank you for the rose. Quite frankly, join up in the guest box if you support Trump. Make sure to double tap that phone screen as well. Repost a live show.
That's crazy that he called me a slur that didn't even apply to me. Bruh.
Yeah, the people are just they're just very, very, very weird to say the least, quite frankly. But I mean, that's MAGA for you. Those are your MAGA cucks for you. So if you support Trump, join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to have a conversation with you. If not, I might have to hit a restart. It's been 15 minutes.
You might have to.
My first live did really well. I'm just gonna hit a restart one last time. Over on
Period.
YouTube, you're gonna watch.
Mass deportation. I have to take this call real quick.
Okay, mass deportations that benefit Americans. Right? No?
Yes.
Yes? I'm gonna go a little bit more in deep. Mass deportations that benefit African Americans, because I'm an African American. As an African American who lives in the Black community.
Bro, I'm so tired.
Yeah,
I'm doing my
tired.
nails. I'm literally on my 4th nail.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh fuck. Yeah, make sure to join up if you support Trump. Make sure to if you're seeing this on your holy moly, if you're seeing this on your wrong page. If you're seeing this on your For You page, make sure to join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you, love to have a debate with you, love to have a conversation with you tonight. Make sure to double tap that screen and hit the share copy link, repost a live. Do all the wonderful things. Make sure to check out my link tree in my bio. You can find my YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. In a moment here, we're going to start with the first debate. Yo, what's up? Do you support Trump?
I do.
Why is that?
Because he was a better alternative.
Why is that?
I mean, many reasons. I mean, we could start from. By the way, did you vote in the last election?
I did.
Who'd you vote for?
Harris.
Okay, what's our greatest accomplishment?
Oh my goodness, that was a crazy. That was a crazy burden shift. Yeah, what's Donald Trump's Why do you support Trump? Give me the reason why he was a better candidate, and I can tell you that after you answer my question. So what's
well, I just told you because he was a better alternative.
Why was he a better alternative?
Well, I mean, because for one, his policies, I mean, number one, he was actually a sitting president under like Kamala Harris. And number two, he actually had better policies than she did. And in fact, when it came to her presidency, I'm not going to say that right, but when it came to her campaign, she actually stole a couple of his actual campaign ideas or his policy ideas to gain Democratic votes.
Bernie ran on those policies. Did Trump steal those from Bernie?
Oh my goodness. Well, Bernie wasn't the front runner to run for the president of the United States, was he?
Did he though?
Bernie lost to who? Bernie lost to who in the Democratic nomination?
Yeah.
Hillary, but
Lost
did he steal them from Bernie?
So was he the first
Did he steal them from Bernie?
But no, answer the question. Was he the front runner from the Democratic Party to become president of the United States? Answer the question. Yes or no? Yes or no? It's a simple yes or no.
Holy fucking shit. The reason why you think he would have been a better alternative is because he has better policies. Which policies were better that you think were better than Harris's policies?
What?
Which policies of Donald Trump's were better compared to Harris?
Well, yeah, absolutely. So let's start with immigration because in terms of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, which, by the way, wait, what?
She swept the floor with him. Yeah.
In terms of what, immigration?
Yeah.
How many times did she visit the border in her entire
What does
presidency?
visiting the border have to do with immigration? What holy pivot?
Because if it didn't get out of control, then why would the Senate? No. Hold on. So if the immigration policy didn't get out of hand and immigration didn't get out of hand, then why was Joe Biden actually telling her that he said, okay, this is what I actually want you to do. I want you to go down to the border and I actually want you to see what is going on with immigration right now. And I want you to see what is going on with the southern border. If immigration and border crossings wasn't a problem, then why did Joe Biden create a policy to Kamala Harris as, by the way, her boss, because she was never in control of anything? Why did the sitting president control her to go down there to the southern border and get it under control if immigration and border crossings was never a problem then?
Yeah,
so tell me that then.
That wasn't her task. Her task was to go to Central American countries, raise money for those economies.
No, not Central America.
Can I finish?
Sure.
Her task was to raise money for Central American countries and their economies. That's what she did. After she raised billions of dollars for Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, we saw undocumented entry reduce from those countries in specific. Now, her task wasn't to be the border czar, as you claim. The reason why I say that Biden-Harris's policy swept the floor with Donald Trump's policy is because Donald Trump doesn't have an immigration policy. If so, what immigration policy of Donald Trump's what immigration policy does Donald Trump have?
So, yeah, I mean, you're wrong about a couple things. So, number one, I mean, if the immigration and the southern border crossings wasn't an issue, then why would Joe Biden task his vice president to go down there to the border and say, hey, look, what is going on with the southern border? Why do we have so many illegal border crossings and what can we do to fix it? If it was never an issue, then it would never even ask her to go down there in the first place. That's number one. Number two, when Joe Biden, when Donald Trump actually left office, we actually saw the lowest border crossings that we've actually seen in about 40 years. And let me tell you this, before you want to bring up the, bipartisan, issue in terms of the southern border that the Republicans, didn't want to take on and all this kind of other stuff and that they rejected. Let me tell you something. The day that Joe Biden actually became the sitting president of the United States, if he would have never messed with Donald Trump's, border, bill and all that kind of other stuff, if he would have never messed with that executive order in the first place, guess what? There would have been no need to have a bipartisan border bill. Because guess what? When Joe Biden became the sitting president of the United States, he demolished all of his executive orders, even when it comes to immigration and when it comes to the southern border, right? So
executive orders.
Well, hold on.
The what?
You didn't answer.
His executive orders. What's your question?
Before we allow any pivots, you didn't answer any of my questions, and I want to address some of the things you said.
Not a
here.
pivot.
My question was A, what immigration policy of Donald Trump's do you support? And B, I just want to bring up a few points here in response to your pivot. So you said, why was the reason for undocumented entry? The reason why we saw an increase in undocumented entry is because of the instability in these economies because of COVID-19. That's the reason why we saw an increase of undocumented entry. But after these,
so because of an illness, that's why you need to come across the border illegally.
Because of the instability in their economies, and the instability was caused by COVID-19 and the world shutting down. First off, and second off, we saw a decrease in amount of border encounters after these economies started stabilizing. Now, I'll give it to you. Some economies are
because they got sick. That's why.
Well, so first off, and then second off, my next point would just be
sick people can't cross anything or do
what immigration
anything.
Policy of Donald Trump's do you support? That was my original question.
Your original question.
Why do you? What immigration
his second
policy?
term?
Yeah, his second term. What immigration policy of Donald Trump's do you support?
Where we have to kick all the illegal documented, because everybody knows when it comes to TikTok or when it comes to anything about talking to liberals, we have to word ourselves so specifically. We have to be very.
Yeah, you can call them.
We have to be so careful.
So I would prefer you to call them undocumented immigrants.
Illegals.
You're going to be. So
no. We're going to call them illegals.
Hold on. So I know you're going to be a racist piece of shit and refer to them as illegal immigrants.
Now I'm a racist.
So yeah, if you want to refer to them as illegal immigrants.
So facts makes me racist.
Sure, I mean legally.
So facts make me racist.
So hold on, undocumented immigrants. The reason why you call them illegal immigrants is because they're undocumented, right? So what's so hard?
So can we call the country of Brazil, Bulgaria, Germany, France, Italy, and can we call them racist too?
Can we call countries racist?
Yeah. I mean, because I'm gonna tell you something. The way that our immigration works for the United States of America. No. Hold on, man.
I'm not allowing a pivot. I'm not allowing a pivot.
No, because you're pivoting now. Because I'm about to call you out on something.
What immigration policy?
When it comes to Bulgaria, Venezuela, Brazil, Germany,
what immigration policy
France.
Trump's do you support?
Nah, he's pivoting. Because I just called out all these foreign countries, doing the same immigration laws that the United States does.
What immigration policy of Donald Trump's do you support? You said mass deportation. Okay, what's one benefit?
Absolutely.
Sure. So what's one benefit of mass deporting all undocumented immigrants who haven't committed any violent crimes or bad crimes? What's one benefit, material benefit to the American people?
So you said committed any violent crimes, right?
What's one benefit?
So does coming into the country uninvited, isn't that breaking the law?
You didn't understand my question. What's one benefit of mass
No, I did.
Undocumented immigrants
I'm asking
who
you.
haven't committed any violent
Doesn't
crimes or
coming
bad
over the country uninvited, isn't that breaking the law?
it's a federal misdemeanor.
Wouldn't that still be breaking the law?
Yeah.
Misdemeanor or felony isn't breaking the law? Yes or no?
It's a federal misdemeanor.
It doesn't matter. Is it breaking the law or not? Yes or no?
Yes, it is a federal misdemeanor.
Okay, so there you go. So whether
you care about law
it's
and
a felony or a misdemeanor.
So you care about law and order?
It's not.
Are we about to bring up the 34 felonies?
So you care about
are we about to do that?
So you care about law and order?
So,
pause. Do you care about law and order? Yes or no?
I just told you.
Yes.
Do you have Joe Biden dementia? I just told you.
Do you care about law and order? Yes or no?
I'm not going to repeat myself. I just answered it.
Do you care about law and order? Yes or no?
I told you. Don't have Joe Biden dementia. I just answered it.
There's no evidence that Joe Biden has dementia A and B. So is that a yes or no? Can you answer the question?
I would love to go on a 30-minute sprint about that. But yeah. Breaking the law, yes or no?
It's a federal misdemeanor. You do care about law and order? Then that contradiction, I'll just point out, he's a 34-count convicted felon and adjudicated.
Yeah, see, there you go.
He's a 34-count convicted felon, adjudicated rapist. He violated gag orders. He violated the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, 10th Amendment, 14th Amendment, the 22nd Amendment. He violated international law. He violated 4 federal laws in terms of the Epstein File Transparency Act. The first one being the fact that he his DOJ had to release them all within 30 days. The second one being the fact that they had to explain the redactions. The third one being the fact that they had to redact victims' names. The fourth one being the fact that they couldn't redact any photos or names of politicians simply because they're a politician. And then he's also He's also violated a law in terms of fuck. What else? That pretty much covers it. I mean, yeah. He called for the termination of the American Constitution. So
damn, dude, you sounded like Eminem on that one, man. You were just all over the place, man.
Address the contradiction before you make the claim that you are for law and order.
So you were like playing rap god with Donald Trump there for a second. Like, I mean, we gotta slow down, man. I mean, I know you were muting me the whole time, and I know you wanted
34. You said I was what?
No. Go ahead. What?
You said I was reading.
No. I said like you kept muting me and you were playing rap god about Donald Trump.
Yeah, because you kept interrupting.
Well, you interrupted me multiple times, so it's okay. As long as this is your live, you can do whatever you want, though.
Yeah,
yeah, you are. Yeah. So you hate being a dictator, but you love being one on your own life.
Yeah, I love being an authoritarian dictator. Absolutely, I have power over you. Quite frankly. You have no rights on this live stream. Quite frankly, I control you. Quite frankly, I'm an authoritarian
which sums
dictator.
Up the entire position of the left in one picture.
Yeah. So can you address the contradiction first? So, Donald Trump is an adjudicated rapist, 34 count convicted felon, someone who's violated the amendments of the Constitution, called for the termination of the Constitution, violated gag orders, international law, and federal law. Can you address the contradiction before you make the claim that you are for law?
He's pulling an Eminem again, ladies and gentlemen. So
I can talk slower if you need me to, but address the contradiction.
So when it comes to the 34 felony accounts, so let's just pull up E. Jean Carroll. Let's just understand the simple fact that, number one, she doesn't even remember the date, the time, or even when it even happened.
1995 to 1996.
Oh, that's funny because when she was in court, she said, "Well, I can't even remember at the top of my head."
Yeah, she gave the time frame. She gave the time frame A and B.
She did actually. Yeah, she did.
When something traumatic
2 days later, she gave it. 2 days later, she gave it.
Hold on. When something traumatic happens, some people won't remember when it happens, exactly what time.
I'm sorry, but if I got hit in a car crash and my kids passed away, I would remember the same time, date, and when that happened.
Some people wouldn't remember that. Some people choose to not remember that. Yes.
So it took her 20 years to remember somewhat of something would happen? It took her 20 years to remember?
No. First off, she is the one that told she is the one who made the claim that it was 1995, 1996. First off. Second off,
exactly.
Even if
what year are we in?
Even if she didn't remember when it happened.
What year are we in, man?
Even if she didn't remember that when it happened.
Jeremiah,
it didn't
what year are we in, man?
2036, quite frankly. Even if she didn't remember that it happened, doesn't mean that it actually didn't happen.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, because that's crazy.
What did you eat for dinner 3 weeks ago? Exactly 3 weeks ago. What did you eat for dinner?
What did I eat for dinner 3 weeks ago?
Yes.
Hey, I had actually Buffalo Wild Wings. Ladies and gentlemen,
hold up, pause.
That is actually hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Go eat some spicy chicken wings over there. I'm telling you, it's actually still...
Hold on, pause. What did you eat for dinner on March 22nd, 2018?
Come on, man. Don't do this now.
What did you eat for dinner March 22nd, 2015? What did you eat for dinner?
March 22nd, 2015?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know.
You didn't eat dinner! You didn't eat dinner! You didn't eat dinner! You're lying!
Cash, do you know what trauma blocking is?
Yeah, you didn't eat dinner.
Didn't even get to finish talking.
No, you said you don't know. No, buddy, you didn't eat dinner.
Do you know what trauma blocking is?
So, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, let me explain something to you.
Can you
address this? Is the tactic that people are trying to use. They're trying to use the word chicken as a rape case.
Do you know what trauma
as a comparison to somebody remembers?
Can you address?
Nobody's going to remember what you eat, but somebody remembers something that is personally traumatizing to somebody.
Do you know what trauma blocking is?
What?
Trauma blocking. Do you know what that is?
Do what?
Trauma blocking.
Do what? That's what I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, they're trying to compare. I'm glad I've got this one on recording. I'm so glad I got this one on recording because I've never had somebody
it's on YouTube
compare chicken
I wasn't first off,
traumatizing experience.
I wasn't comparing chicken. I was comparing your argument. You said because someone doesn't remember something, it means it didn't actually happen. Therefore, because you didn't remember that you ate dinner or what you ate for dinner, it didn't actually happen. I'm just comparing your argument.
And what about my point?
Two different scenarios.
No, not the host, not you, man. I'm talking about somebody, that's been on this panel compares.
So then why the fuck did you not answer my point?
I'm asking about trauma blocking. And I'm asking you if you know what that is.
Who on here mentioned chicken?
Nobody.
No one mentioned chicken. Why are you not answering my point that I just brought up?
What I ate, dude. What I ate.
I'm the one who brought that up.
So you're comparing.
I'm comparing
a human
traumatizing
your argument experience to something that I ate over.
Your argument is
well over a decade ago.
Your argument was that it didn't happen because she didn't remember. Therefore, you didn't.
No, she didn't remember the time or date or place or when it happened.
Yeah, you don't remember the time.
Totally different than asking me what I ate 10 years ago.
You don't remember the time. You don't remember the time or what you ate for dinner. Therefore, it didn't happen in accordance with your view.
Because what I ate for dinner wasn't traumatizing to me.
But that's in accordance with your view, though.
What?
Okay, then can you address
Ladies
my
and gentlemen
point?
of the chat, are y'all listening to this? They're comparing to what I ate over a decade ago.
Hold on, because I think
to
my point here.
Hold on, like traumatizing that happened to a physical human.
Hold on, because I think my point here is still valid, and I don't want to move.
No, it is not, man. There's a difference between food and another human being abusing another human being.
You're making the claim that I'm comparing rape to chicken. No, I'm comparing your argument in different scenarios. In one case,
chicken is food, so you can use chicken.
No shit, chicken is food. Thank you for telling me that, you fucking donut. In one case,
and the fact that you're comparing
the other case,
a human being abused by another human to food is so sad. It is very, very sad.
Cash, can you address my point?
Max, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the host. Let me ask the host something.
You came up to a live where I was already on.
Yeah, and this is not your live. The last time I checked, this is the host live, not yours. You're just on. Okay, doesn't matter. It's still not your live. So let me ask the host something. You're comparing food to a human abusing another human.
Dude, I already told you, I'm not comparing food to rape. I'm comparing.
That's what you just did, man. You literally were just about to go off in a separate sentence.
You're a donut. You're a donut. You are a donut. I am comparing your argument in
Ladies
two
and
separate
gentlemen in the chat, am I being that right now?
Hold on. I'm comparing your argument in
let the comments do the talking.
Shut up. Shh. Shut up. I'm comparing your argument in two different scenarios. One being the case, one being your argument is that just because someone doesn't remember something, they didn't actually go through that or do that. And upholding your argument.
So the abuse of one human to another contradicts that to a food?
So A, you want to change your argument, or B, you want to concede that Agent Carol was raped.
Wow. Do I?
Yes.
I'm not saying that she was, because when it comes to human, I'm about to tell you that, because before you wanted to say that food
wasn't comparing food to rape.
I mean, this is very concerning. And let me tell you something.
What's concerning is
I'm about to. No. You know what is very concerning is the fact that you compare a human abuse to a human abuse from a food. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, if I'm wrong, tell me about that, because the fact that this host right here wants to criticize me because I don't remember what I ate over a decade ago versus a human that got abused by another one is very concerning. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, if I'm wrong for that, or ladies and gentlemen in the chat,
okay, Jesus Christ. What is concerning is your inability to understand the contradiction in your own argument and just continue to say that you're comparing a traumatizing event in food. Your inability to understand the actual comparison that's being made is very fucking concerning.
He asked me what I ate over a decade ago.
I want you A to either address this point, or B, concede to the point, because then Max also brought up a point. But I just want to finish this because this is a valid point. I'm not comparing food and rape. I am comparing.
That's what you just asked me. You just asked me 2 minutes ago what I ate 10 years ago, dude.
I am comparing your argument. All right.
No, you asked me what I ate 10 years ago.
Yes,
11 years
because
ago.
that's comparing your fucking argument, okay? You said that because.
Oh my goodness.
Can you shut up for 2 seconds and maybe you would understand? Thanks.
Well, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the host.
Okay, yeah, I was also up here when you came up here, so you're going to talk to me.
Well, you're doing the talking for him. No, I'm not talking to you. I joined this panel to talk to the host, not you.
Then why did you join when you saw 2 other people on the panel as well?
I did not join when I saw 2 people. I joined this live to talk to the host.
Yes, well,
not to
There
you.
was 2 other people on the panel.
There's 2 people or 14 people. I joined this panel to talk to you, the host. You're the one hosting this platform,
I'm
correct?
sorry that you can't debate Max or Reagan. That's just like, I'm sorry that you're not
What?
a good debater.
I'm here to debate you, man. That's the whole
So you're
argument,
you're scared
and that's
of-
the
you're
whole
scared
point
of-
of why I'm here.
So you're scared of the 2 people on the panel?
He's scared because he
I'm
knows
scared of the 2 people.
Yeah, because you're not letting Reagan speak. And
Are you
you're not-
hosting
you're
this
not
panel?
moving-
Yes or
you're
no?
not moving. You're not.
Are you
moving on-
hosting this
you're not
panel?
moving
Yes
on
or
from
no?
this point to address his Max.
Are you hosting this panel? Yes or no?
Yes, that's why I have
Okay,
Reagan.
so
and Max
that's
here to
why I
talk
added
with
up,
you as
and
well.
that's why I'm here to have a conversation
Well,
with you.
you also came
I
up
don't
here.
care about
shit, shut up.
the gummy
also-
bears
well, you
in the
also came
panel.
up here.
Or
Well, you also came up here while there was 2 people on the panel. Okay,
so in other words, I was here to have a conversation with you. So in case
And
if you're
2 other
losing the
people,
argument,
yes.
you have to have So in case if you're losing the argument, you have
Sure,
to
I'm
have 2
losing.
other
Sure,
people.
oh my God, you're cooking
to-
me. Yeah, you're cooking me there. I conceded. Reagan, make your point, so we can move on to the other point.
Thanks.
Quite frankly.
So,
Yeah,
he's
you
not-
have to have 2 other people to do
Yeah, I
the
already
talking.
conceded.
Dude,
You're cooking
holy
me, dude. I already
shit.
conceded. Shut up.
okay, he's not comparing rape and eating fucking dinner.
That's
food.
that's
in your
kind of
mouth.
what.
Keep your mouth fucking shut for 10 seconds, please. Thank you. He's not
Are you
comparing
upset?
rape. He's not comparing rape and food. He's comparing your argument because under your worldview, you said that if somebody forgets something, that means it didn't happen. So because you said you don't remember what you had for dinner 10 years ago, then it didn't happen under your view. So that's a contradiction. If you believe that you had dinner 10 years ago, but you don't remember it, then you would have to then address the contradiction in the fact that you don't or the fact that you don't believe E. Jean Carroll because she didn't remember when it happened.
Now she's stuck.
You may speak.
Yeah, she was stuttering a little bit. But go ahead, finish your point.
I finished. Were you listening or not?
The part where you were stuttering, or where?
Are you gonna address the points? Yes or no?
Yeah. So basically, you're the host of this panel, but of course you can't,
Bro, I
do the
already
talking for
conceded. You
yourself.
cooked me. I lost. I already conceded. I already conceded.
Stop,
you cooked
dude.
me. I lost.
You've already, yeah.
Yeah, you cooked me. I lost.
You've
Now you're
already
debating
lost.
Now you're debating the 2 other people. Go address their points. Address.
I
address the
understand,
point
man.
that
They
Reagan
got to
just
do the
brought up, so we
talking
can
for
move
you,
on to
man.
the other point.
They got to do this. Yeah, they got to do the talking for you.
Sure,
so
that's
I
great.
finished
Can
with
you-
you.
can you, address
so
the
I
point?
finished with you.
Yeah, you're gonna run. You're running. You're running.
I
You're scared.
finished with
Tuck your
you.
tail between your
So
legs. Tuck your tail between your legs. Either answer the point or run away.
I tuck my tails between my legs.
Answer
Coming
the point.
from the guy who hosts a panel
Address the
that has to
point.
have.
Address the point or you get kicked. You have 10 seconds.
You have to have the people doing the talking
That's
for
great.
you.
10,
Yeah.
9, 8. Are you going to
8,
address the point?
7.
You going to address the point? Yes or no?
What point? I know, Bob. I understand, man. You gonna drop me? Crazy raccoon. Tired as a mother. Thank you.
Holy shit, I've taken care of 5-year-olds that listen better.
Right.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that in the chat. Thank you.
Stop grifting. Address the point.
You're the one who muted me, man.
Address the point, because you're not addressing the point. You're grifting right now. Address the point that was brought up on the
Really?
stream.
I think the people in the comments say different.
Address
You can shush me all you want, but read the comments, man. Read the comments.
Address the point.
So since you're not in control of this live anymore, who do I need to respond? You or you? Who do I need to respond? You or the two sidekicks?
Did you hear the argument that Reagan presented?
I did, but who do I need to respond? You or the two sidekicks?
Can you respond to that argument?
I don't know who to respond to. You or the two sidekicks?
I'll just replay the argument, and then you're gonna respond to it.
Or miss he can't.
So you care about law and order?
It's not.
I have you on recording too, man. So
this is on
all
YouTube.
good.
It's not record. It's for YouTube purposes.
Well,
did you hear the argument that
too?
moments like this? Hold on, we're gonna find the argument that Reagan presented. Then you're gonna listen to it, and then you're gonna address it.
I'm gonna.
So in other words, I have to have response to somebody else's argument because me and him we can't. But go ahead, finish your point, Taylor. Go ahead.
I finished.
You're cooking me there. I conceded.
You have to have two other people to do the talking.
And eating fucking. Okay, he's not comparing rape and eating fucking dinner. Food.
That's kind of what.
Keep your mouth fucking shut for 10 seconds, please. Thank you. He's not
There's
comparing
a liberal crash out.
He's
There's a
not
liberal
comparing rape and food. He's comparing your argument because under your worldview, you said that if somebody forgets something, that means it didn't happen. So because you said you don't remember what you had for dinner 10 years ago, then it didn't happen under your view. So that's a contradiction. If you believe that you had dinner 10 years ago, but you don't remember it, then you would have to then address the contradiction in the fact that you don't the fact that you don't believe E. Jean Carroll because she didn't remember when it happened.
Okay, now perfect. Now that's the argument that I want you to address, and then we got a couple more arguments. Address the argument that you just heard.
No worries, man. No worries, ladies and gentlemen in chat. I appreciate y'all laughing too because I've been laughing the past 30 seconds too.
Can you address the argument?
Oh wow! Now we have you speak.
Address the argument.
I'm sorry, I can't, but this is hilarious. It really is. It's too funny for me to respond.
I think he just knows that there is a contradiction, so he doesn't want to address it. So he's just choosing to not engage.
Oh, you think that? I'll bet.
Yes, and I just explained how in that replay that you have now heard twice. You heard me say it originally, and then you heard the replay of it on video. You've heard me say it twice. You know that there's a contradiction, and you won't engage with me.
Do you not read the comments? Do you not hear everybody's laughing at you right now?
Okay. Can you address my point?
I'm sorry, but this is just getting way too damn funny. I'm sorry. I mean, it really is. I thought I had to call Conor McGregor for another probably 12 Irish whiskey bottle, but hell, this is enough right here.
Let's see how long it hold on. Let's see how long it takes you to address the argument. Hold on.
Okay, host, go ahead because you need your little puppies to do the talking for you.
My puppies, don't say that. First off,
well then why don't you have a conversation between me and you?
With me.
See, now they're crashing out.
Hold on. No one.
So why can't we have a conversation between me?
You're going to be the only person on this panel. You're going to be the only person on this panel to talk. And whenever
you're
address,
a puppy, you can't have a conversation
whenever you address the argument is when the stopwatch will end. Let's see how long it takes. No one else, I'm not going to talk. Max isn't going to talk. No one is going to interrupt you. Let's see how long it takes you to address the argument that you've now heard 2 times.
Let's go. last time I checked, this wasn't the Rain Man movie. Let's go.
You
Let's
heard
talk
the
about
argument 2 times. Do you need to hear it for a 3rd time? Yes or no?
I'm playing Joe Biden dementia. I don't remember. Sorry. Yeah. Listen, folks. Look. I know I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't remember. I don't know. So please help me. See, he paused it.
Because we're listening to the argument again. Yes, I'm going to pause it. It would be unfair.
Yes,
for me
ma'am.
to pause
Thank you.
Fucking dinner.
This is the argument that I want you to respond. Once it's done playing, no one's going to interrupt you. You're going to have all the time in the world to answer it. Let's see how long it takes you to answer.
People to do the talking.
Dude,
holy
I
shit.
already conceded. Shut up.
Okay, he's not comparing rape and eating fucking dinner.
That's kind of what.
Keep your mouth fucking shut for 10 seconds, please. Thank you. He's not
Are you
comparing
upset?
rape. He's not comparing rape and food. He's comparing your argument because under your worldview, you said that if somebody forgets something, that means it didn't happen. So because you said you don't remember what you had for dinner 10 years ago, then it didn't happen under your view. So that's a contradiction. If you believe that you had dinner 10 years ago, but you don't remember it, then you would have to then address the contradiction in the fact that you don't the fact that you don't believe E. Jean Carroll because she didn't remember when it happened.
Cool. That's the argument. You're going to have as much time in the world as you want, and we're going to see how long it takes you to address the argument. Go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, by the way, I want to appreciate the crash out that this girl, I don't want to say you're a man or a woman or whatever. I don't want to misgender you because, of course, I'm in fear of, being canceled and all that other stuff. So I really, really hope I want to get this right. So when it comes to the host, which of course he has to have little puppies, which are you, do the talking for him, or he has to have his backup, because he can't have a conversation between me and him. He has to have his little puppies, but that's okay because, people like you are going to bark. And, whenever it throws a bone at you, you're going to respond to it. So he actually did tell me because he told me, he said, well, can you remember what you ate 10 years ago? Well, of course I can. I mean, a food is yeah, I know you're laughing, but a food is totally different than human abuse. So that's actually the point that I really want to make. And the fact that he wants to compare food to human abuse is very, very important to me. And that's something. And here comes the lady that crashed out and that had to raise her voice because she can't have a normal conversation and she can't have an intellectual dialogue and a calm, soothing dialogue with somebody. But go ahead.
Because you also can't really let people speak. But that's besides the point. So
he just literally gave me a whole minute.
And then I just want to preface, in that minute you didn't answer the point. But
what was the point?
Reagan. Go for it.
So I just want to address this again because apparently we're still incapable of understanding this simple argument. So he's not comparing rape and food. He's not comparing being traumatized to eating dinner. He is simply comparing your argument that if you don't remember something, it didn't happen. You said E. Jean Carroll cannot remember what year or when the date that it happened. Therefore, it didn't happen. So, if you think that, then you would also have to believe that if you don't remember what you had for dinner 10 years ago, then you just didn't eat dinner 10 years ago. That we're not comparing the actual rape to eating dinner.
You done?
Mm-hmm.
You done? Okay, good. And I don't know what this is. I mean, I don't know when it comes to debating liberals or, when it comes to debating anybody on the left, but yeah. Because I'm basically starstruck right now because you are making a comparison between food and actual human abuse.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay.
Listen, look at everybody in the chat right now. Just look at the chat right now. Look at the comments.
You need to stop looking at the chat. All you've done is talk to the chat. You need to address this and like have an actual fucking.
I've addressed it at least 5 times. The fact that you're comparing food to human abuse is very destructive, and it is very, very concerning.
You know what's also concerning? You want to talk about victims and comparing victims of rape, or you want to talk about comparing rape to eating food. What's really fucking concerning is the fact that you just don't believe people because they don't remember the exact fucking date that it happened. Everyone, no, pause. I'm still speaking. I'm still speaking. Thank you. You want to talk about how disrespectful it is to actual victims comparing this, which we're not even doing. We're not comparing rape and food. But you want to talk about how fucking disrespectful it is. It's fucking disrespectful to not believe somebody because they don't remember the exact fucking date that it happened.
Because I believe she's making it up. I believe she's making it up. You know why? I will tell you why. I will tell you why she's believing. I believe she's making it up. Because guess what? I have had 5 victims. I've had 5 victims that are personal friends of mine that can remember the time, date, and place of when it happened.
That's
and the
great.
Fact that
That's
this
fucking
woman,
anecdotal.
No. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm speaking. I'm going to pull a Kamala Harris. I'm speaking right now because guess what? I've had personal.
No, you're not. I mean, I've already addressed this. You're in a, the point of the argument that I was trying to present here is
No. Because you open up this argument.
Yeah, I did, and you're still not addressing it. 30 minutes.
You want to address my point?
I'm going to address it. I'm going to address it. But let me defend my friends first, because let me tell you something. I've actually your
friends remembered it. I mean,
okay. So let me give you a valid point. Let me give you a valid point. My friends actually went to the Justice Department, and they've actually went to court on this, and they can remember the time, date, and place on when they were abused. Versus E. Jean Carroll, they can't even remember when she was, abused.
And we're not invalidating their trauma. No.
Right.
Okay, so don't sit here and compare the two on a woman that wants to sit here and say that this man did this to her when she can't even remember the time of day and place, all because she wants to do everything she can to keep this man out of running for office of the United States of America. That's the only reason why E. Jean Carroll did what she did in the first place, is to keep Donald Trump out of being president of the United States. Everybody knows this, and you have to admit it.
She did that.
That is exactly why she did it. Because if that was the case, then why did she come forth over a decade ago to commit these crimes? And why did she say something before that? She only did it because this was a PowerPoint as to why Donald Trump doesn't need to be in the office.
He has not addressed my original point yet.
Well, I know. I just want him to finish this point first. I need to get a concession, or I need him to address like the contradiction. Just because someone doesn't remember something, it doesn't mean it happened. Yes.
No, my point goes for that, but it has like research and stuff.
Let's see what his answer to his question is, and then I think I should be able to get a concession. Cash, unmute your mic. I have one question for you. Unmute your mic, man. Just because my question, just because someone doesn't remember something doesn't mean it didn't happen. Yes.
I disagree. I do.
So okay, so hold on.
Because E. Jean Carroll.
You disagreed with the argument that just because someone doesn't remember
so where did
means it didn't happen. It means it didn't happen. Hold on, pause. You disagree. Therefore, that is why I brought up the argument of you not eating dinner.
No.
Because you
where
don't
did E. Jean Carroll say
address
it happened?
The contradiction.
Where did she say it happened?
Where in a store, in a clothing store.
No. Where in the store? Where? Give me the place.
Dressing room or whatever the fuck they're called.
Where? Where in that dressing room? Where's the place?
In a fucking city. Stall dressing room.
Where's the city? Where?
I don't remember the exact city. I'm not pretty
exactly. She couldn't remember either.
I don't remember the city. You fucking dumbass.
Right, but she couldn't remember either. She couldn't remember
the point
either.
The point with my argument. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen in the chat,
I was about to hold on.
Right there.
Shut up.
It was New York. It was tried in a New York courtroom because it was happened in New York.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but the point with my argument is that just because she didn't remember some points of this, what she did, doesn't mean it didn't happen. You disagreed with that. That's why I brought up the fact you don't remember what you ate for dinner. That means you didn't have dinner. Okay.
Also,
but you also disagree with that. So either A, address the contradiction, or B, concede. Come back in the app, address the contradiction, or concede. It's not going to be any other. It's not going to be any other point.
Let me add on to Jeremiah's point. You say that it's he ran. He said that it's different because it's a traumatic event. There's this thing called trauma blocking, also known as dissociative amnesia, which your brain you unconsciously block out traumatic events where your brain literally does not remember either certain specifics or the entire event in general. And it's proven in the psychology. So, yeah. It is not necessarily that the trauma goes away. It is that it's suppressed. So,
all right, I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
I was about to end to. I just needed. That was gonna be my last guess. I just needed him to address my point. Holy moly, bro!
I wanted him to address that point because he was just like saying, "Oh well, it's different because it's a traumatic event." Well, what about trauma blocking / dissociative amnesia? Because it's a real thing that exists in the psychology.
Probably one of the most insufferable guests I've had on my stream for a while. I don't know why he pivoted to like talking to the Jesus fuck. Anyways, I know there's like people in the guest box that are like friendlies. I'm about to end. That's why I didn't let you guys because I would just like that would be weird of me to. I'd let you guys up and then end. So I'm gonna end stream. I'll be on definitely tomorrow at like 6 p.m. Mountain Pacific Standard Time. Holy shit, Pacific Standard Time for like 4 to 5 hours. So yeah, make sure to come back. If you guys want more debates, or if you guys want to watch any more debates, or you're a Trump supporter and you wanted to go debate someone, go check out jenn.atl3. That's jen.atl3 on TikTok. She's live. She's doing debates with Trump supporters.
Hold on, let me type in her username. Can you say her username again?
Yeah, her username for anyone in here that wants to go raid Jen, it's going to be jenn.atl3. Jen alt 3. So go check that out on TikTok. If you're over on YouTube, she doesn't have a YouTube.
I think I spelled it wrong.
If you are on YouTube and she doesn't have a YouTube, so go to TikTok. That's jenn.atl3.
No, I didn't.
And spell or type out Jeremiah's right in her chat. Just to let her know. But I don't think there's many people that would. I don't know. The point is, go check out a few more debates. I don't know how long she's gonna be.
She's a great debater, guys. Go follow her. Go say Jeremiah's raid.
Yeah. So yeah, I will be on